Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I am honoured. I am blessed. Raid have come to me first and said, before we put this out to other content creators, before we put this out to the community, we want you to dive into the test server and see the new patch before it drops. There are a ton of quality of life changes. Honestly, I'm going to go through the patch notes in a minute. It feels like the biggest patch they've ever dropped. It's like they've listened to so much stuff that we talked about and they're going to implement it in the next patch. Absolutely bonkers. Leave me a comment below. What do you think? Let's get into it. So we're going to give you the kind of highlights of the patch notes info here. And then I'm going to show you in different areas of the game how it's actually going to be going live on the test server. So I'm not going to go into detail here. It's really wordy, but we can kind of talk about the different things that are coming in. And yeah, I kind of walk you through the different areas. So blah, blah, blah. So it's basically due to go live with the patch this week. We've got here the marketplace is going to get a bit of an overhaul in terms of items and stuff. I'll show you that. The Guardian Ring is now going to have, so basically going to update the sparring pit a bit. And they're going to update the token trader. So the token trader within the Guardian Ring and the sparring pit are both going to be changed, which is cool, actually. They're both areas of the game which kind of needs a bit of a tweak. Live tokens will now be added to some of the events and stuff. We can take a look at that. Arena medals. We've listened to your feedback about grinding the Great Hall. Okay, so there's going to be different ways to get arena medals as a result of this patch. The Bazaar, they're basically going to do a shop overhaul. Yes, looking forward to seeing what they do with that. The Mercy system is going to be, well, we'll see what they do with that. The Mercy system is going to be in the mix. A Tavern quality of life update. And then lastly, some bits around Hydra, mainly around rewards. So let's get into the detail and see what it actually looks like in game. So look, we're going to take this in order of the patch notes. The first one up was the marketplace. So now we're going to be able to see different stuff in the market at last. We have got the chance to get 5 and 6 star epic and legendary items as your account levels up. So if you're an early game player, yeah, you're going to see the same sort of stuff we used to see. But as you advance through the game, it now advances with you. A very small chance of a void shard in the marketplace. I don't mind it, it's a low percentage. I just love that they've finally done something with this like dead feature within the game. Also a chance to get up to 5 fragments for a rare champion, but it's a random fragment champion. So when you collect 100, it actually turns into a random rare. Same thing with epics. Chances to get the 5 fragment drop within the marketplace, which it looks like we're going to see spread around some other places in the game with this patch. When you get to 100, you hit kind of activate or summon, and it will summon you a random epic champion. I actually really like the feature. Finally, it's not like pulling shards because you're just kind of buying up fragments, but eventually when they pop, you get yourself that kind of RNG feeling of, damn, I could get something cool. I really like it. It's a really good update. So we kind of move away from the commons and the uncommons. We get gear, which is making some sense. And we're seeing here, we can actually get perception items. So it's not just a kind of trashy first kind of set of items like your crit items and stuff. You can actually buy up now like worthwhile sets from the marketplace. What a great change. Tick. First one, actually awesome. So the next area to look at then, the Guardian Ring. And I mean, this feature's kind of fun, I guess. The sparring pit. It's been there forever. Again, it's just like a dead feature. Not really been anything that's been done with it. So it looks like here, randomly, like I thought it'd be like once a week or something. Just looks like randomly, when someone levels up, they've got a chance to level up and drop you an item, an accessory. So I guess it makes some sense. You know, they're in the sparring pit. They're meant to be dueling to level up to kind of gain levels. Actually, now within those duels, they find themselves some loot now and then. And it's going to be specific to their faction, an accessory drop. And it could be anything from 1 to 6 star, depending on the star rating of the food that you've got in there. So actually, if you're like feeding, or if you're kind of leveling a legendary champion to 6 star, he's going to have a chance to get 6 star drops. Whereas if it's just your like 2 star food, then clearly you're not going to get the accessories that are going to be the same. Makes some sense and actually kind of cool feature. I guess it will also help you gain a bit of silver. And if we look a bit further down here, so the token trader, which has just been horrendous since it came in. They've now changed it. So you can actually unbind epic champions Yeah, you get way less points. You don't get the 500 points you get for a legendary. You get 50 per epic. I still think that's pretty good. And then you go into the token trader, and once a month we get a reset, different champions. Hallelujah! Once per month, it resets to different champions. You've got your 6 legendaries in there like before, but also now 2 random epics pop up and 2 random rares. It's very unusual that you'll be picking up the epics and the rares, but you might. And when you're feeding off your epics to get your 50 points, actually over time, it's going to be more worthwhile to use the token trader. Also like that they've kind of brought all of the legendary costs down to like 2.5k or 3k. 3k for the Void, 2.5k for everyone else. It's still expensive, but because you can now farm points with epics, and it's a reset, so you're going to find different champions you might actually want, it's like, yes, finally, this system will make some sense. And actually, when we go on to talk about some of the other ways that you can get token points, it makes even more sense. In fact, let's do that now. So yeah, so you can see here in the events tab, so I've got an event running right now. What should we pick up? Pick up on the Fire Night event. And you can see here for the top 10 positions, depending on where you finish. So top 2 get 50 token points on top of everything that you normally get. Yeah, so it's not like, oh, they've replaced the Sacred Shard or they've replaced the Void Shard, whatever. All of those things stay. Now you can get yourself token points for finishing in the top of tournaments and events. And if you just kind of beat your level on the right-hand side here, you still get your Epic Tome, but you'll get another 50 points there. Doesn't seem like it's a lot, but actually over time, if they continue to do it, it will mount up. That's going to make the token shop way more useful. Actually have some sense in the game. This one's actually awesome. So for those people struggling with their Great Hall, ever think, I wish I could do some PvE content to get some medals? We've got here, basically, the Arena Rush. But it's not Arena you're doing. You're doing dungeon events. You're doing PvE content. And you can see all of the rewards are Great Hall Gold bars. Or Great Hall Gold medals, sorry. Every different tier, you get a higher ranking of medals. It means that people that are far behind on their Great Hall can start to level it much faster. And if we go into the Great Hall, for someone like me, who's maxed my Great Hall out, I can convert all of those extra medals into the Bazaar gold bars. And we'll see the rework on the shop in there in a second. I mean, it's all coming together. Gold medals don't become redundant because they turn into gold bars. And then if we go into the gold, if we go into the shop here, let's go into the shop next. So yeah, you can see here in the Arena Bazaar. So they've changed it up a lot. Thank God for that. They've taken away the bronze, silver, and gold. Yeah, you don't have to be in those tiers to buy stuff, which makes complete sense. Like, why would you? You're just farming gold bars. You should be able to buy whatever you want from that shop if you've got the gold bars. But you can see here now, I've converted some of my gold bars from the Great Hall. So I've got plenty here. And now we've got options to buy different things. We've got that epic and rare and legendary token reward once a week. Yeah, so we can buy more tokens for the token trader. And we can also see here this kind of question mark fragments, yeah? For legendaries, it's for X-Fusion champions. Sorry, not Fusion, they're Fragment Collectors. X-Fragment Collector champions, you can now buy up 10 per week and go and fuse one of those old Fragment Collectors that you weren't able to get. It starts to make some sense that all of those old Fragment dudes are sitting around in the summoning portal. Because we can now go and use this kind of old currency. It's only available for previous fragments. Yeah, so if there was a fragment event running right now, you wouldn't be able to throw those in the mix. You wouldn't just be able to bank a load and save them up. And I think that's a good thing as well. You can also get multiple copies of an old fragment collector over time. Okay, it's only once a week that you can buy 10. So it's like 10 weeks before you can get a full legendary champion. But if you really wanted to plus force someone in particular that was an old fragment collector, you could do it over time now. People could choose what they want to buy from the shop. That's like going to the shop down the road and saying, you know what, I fancy a chocolate bar. I'm going to buy it. And instead of the shopkeeper saying, well, I'm only going to sell you cigarettes, you're actually allowed to buy the chocolate bar. Okay, look, this is a small one, I guess, but for some people, it's going to be pretty huge. You see here, you see this number next to the shard in the portal? That's your mercy counter. It's always been there. It's always been there, but it's been invisible. Some people track it like manually or whatever. Basically, what this tells you is how close are you to a guaranteed legendary champion. for ancients, for voids, for sacreds. It's so simple, but they finally added it into the game. Okay, then let's look at this tavern change that they've talked about. So basically, they already did a load of quality of life changes in the tavern. It was a good start, but it's not gone far enough. And it looks like they've now taken a bit more advice around what they're going to do here. So you can see, instead of having the 6 slots for champions that you kind of fill up to level, I can just tick as many as I want going down my page. I could go up to 20, 30, whatever. I can keep going, ticking champions that I want to feed into this champion that I want to level. Yeah, so if you've got, I don't know, like 21 stars, you could feed them all. Yeah, you can also, let's go to the summoning portal quick. So when I do this 10 pull of mystery shards, you see me do it here. I pull the 10, and then there's this option on the right-hand side. So I can basically click the champion that I want to feed all of those new champions into, if I wanted to. Now, obviously, this is going to be a bit niche, but if you're trying to do like a massive mystery shard pull, you could actually pull up to 100 mystery shards at the same time and feed all of their experience into one champion straight away without having to spend 2 hours going to the tavern, leveling, unleveling. You know, it's just like, it's a game changer, an absolute game changer. So the last one to cover off, maybe the most important for a lot of people here. They released the big bit of content last year. End of last year, they released the Hydra. And we were all so looking forward to it. Yeah, a new clan boss. Clan boss has been my favorite content for a long time. We needed a new clan boss. It came out, and honestly, it's been really badly received. The content was weak. They've improved the content, yeah? It's actually way more enjoyable to do. It's a little bit less RNG heavy. You can actually control the fight a lot more. But it's still, I'd say the worst thing about it is the rewards. So let's look now at the rewards package on offer as it scales up. Let's start by looking at the hard boss. So yeah, you still get the Mithrala. Once you've completed Mithrala, you actually then get the random fragment. Yeah, so you go in and you can pick up fragments to summon old fragment champions. A bit like we saw in the bazaar, it's here as well. You can also get life tokens. Yeah, so it's not that many per week, but you know, if you're getting maximum chests here, you're going to be getting, you know, 50, 100 life tokens per week from doing Hydra. So you have to get one of those random changes from the life token drops. Suddenly, all of these things start to come together. And the other thing they've done, which is a godsend at last, is they've put in shards. Yeah, shards and books. So now, instead of just getting the chance of gear drops, you're also getting that chance to get, as you level up through, I guess, ancients, sacreds, void shards, epic tomes, legendary tomes. It's like, it's what we need to advance our accounts. So, damn, what a change on Hydra.
Hey, wake up. Aren't you meant to be doing a review of Fane's Jawline?